Okay, so I think at this point it barely counts as news, but Animal Crossing New Horizons lives to see another update. And ever since that trailer dropped, I've basically made this update my new personality. I've been replaying it over and over, filling my head with a million questions and feeling a level of excitement that I genuinely thought I'd only experience again if a brand new Animal Crossing game ever came out. I thought that we'd already seen everything there was to see until I found this amazing video by Nintendo, and thanks to him, I realized that Nintendo actually put out different regional trailers, and some of them quietly show completely different items. I ended up watching 7 different versions of the trailer, and each one around the 10-minute mark shows 2 unique items that aren't shown in the other trailer. That is a total of 14 items, plus all the furniture that shows up across every trailer. So, today I'm going to walk you through an in-depth analysis of each item, the potential new item sets they belong to, which aesthetics or themes they fit, and in what kind of context you could use them. Here are the confirmed sets. First, we have the tubular set. Tubular set is our modern, almost industrial-looking set, and the confirmed items within this set are shelves, magazine rack, chair, table, and lamp. The lamp is actually not shown anywhere. We can see these items in black in the scene where Label is in the hotel room, and in silver in the Nintendo Denmark trailer, in the catalog segment of Gram Store, and in the hotel outfits segment. The aesthetics for this set are very city-core, modern, industrial. It's almost giving I live in a renovated warehouse and can't live without my cold brew types of vibes. I think the black variation looks more usable indoors, mostly for like a city-core studio apartment, a moody loft or office. But the silver variation, I do think it's gonna be a little bit more versatile and easier to sneak in different types of themes that are not necessarily city core. This set pairs really well with the existing Ironwood set and all the more industrial looking items we already have, like the Cool series and the Vintage series. However, we don't know how many color variations there are for this set yet, so I think the vibe could actually change a lot depending on the recolors that we get. Next up is the Artful set. This is our soft, warm, very design student approved series. And the confirmed items for this set are bed, lamp, screen, shelves, and chair. All of these items appear in all of the trailers except for the chair that only shows up in the Nintendo France trailer. There is at least one recolor of the lamp in a darker tone in the hotel room scene, and the shelves are shown in a darker tone as well in the Nintendo toys and console scene. Aesthetically, this set is very Japandi, Scandinavian, neutral, cozy, art studio zen vibes. In this set, only the bed is an indoor item, but the rest could definitely work both indoors and outdoors, and these items will thrive on Asian-inspired or minimalist islands. The Artful set pairs beautifully with the Nordic, Ranch, and Zen series, and it also works with any simple furniture in light wood, neutral fabrics, and basically anything in soft tones and natural palettes. And it will also pair especially well with another of the new sets that we will talk about in a minute. Another confirmed set is the hotel set, and this one is very much a paraphernalia set. The confirmed items are pennant, umbrella, towel rack, mug, snow globe, and wall clock. We see most of these items in all of the trailers, but the pennant we see in the Nintendo America trailer. They all share the same branding. They literally say hotel and use the same logo and colors, at least the ones that are shown in the trailer. So they're mostly locked into that specific hotel resort context. And also some of these are indoor only because there are a couple of wall-mounted pieces. This, I feel like it's a very niche but fun set. It's perfect if you want to build your own resort, like I am doing, or use them as additions to the rooms that you will be decorating in the update. However, I think probably we will not be using this set as much as we might use, for example, the tubular or the artful. The kitty set. The kitty set is the last confirmed set and honestly is the one that has me the most excited, even though we have barely seen anything from it so far. The catalog lists 3 items: the car, the partition, and the seesaw. However, this is only in the Nintendo of America trailer that we see those 3 items on the list, because I actually went and saw the Spain trailer to kind of see how the names of the items might give me another clue of how they could be and how they might look. And for this kitty set specifically, there's another item called Tobogán para Niños, I think it's called. So it's a kitty slide, so we can definitely confirm that we will be getting a slide with this set. All the trailers show the car in 2 different color variations, but the toy house only appear in the Nintendo Italy trailer, and the blue spring seat, which might belong to the set but I'm not really sure, shows up in the Nintendo France trailer. Aesthetically, what can I say? This is peak kidcore. You can absolutely spam this across a kidcore island, and that is at least what I'm going to be doing when I finally go with my dream kidcore island. And most pieces are clearly outdoor friendly, but they could also work indoors if you're going for like a school, a daycare, or an indoor playground. The toy house is especially interesting to me because it's giving us a new roofed structure, and if you have ever decorated in Animal Crossing outdoors, you might have used items like the Azumaya gazebo or the storefront or the stonework kitchen or the stall to get a roof to use with simple panels or other items to kind of make a fake building. So depending on the proportions of these items, we can use it as a roof, or we could also use the entire item in this kind of like forced perspective neighborhoods that some people do to make these walkways, these long walkways where you could see the tiny houses and it feels kind of like a big city or neighborhood. And we will also might be able to use it as a building piece in a larger fake building. The kitty set pairs perfectly with the existing playground items and actually ties beautifully into the new Lego collab, because there's nothing more kidcore than Lego. I don't really have to explain that. I really want to see how many color variations we have in this one, because if we have enough variations, I think this set might go from cute little playground items to something that could easily anchor the entire kidcore aesthetic. The next group of items isn't a confirmed set by name, but visually they're so clearly part of the same family that I'm treating them as an unofficial set that might be called minimalist or concrete. This includes the concrete table and fireplace that appear in every trailer, the concrete kitchen counter shown in the Nintendo Belgium trailer, and the concrete wall clock in the Nintendo Italy trailer. Aesthetically, this set leans heavily into modern minimalism, industrial design, and even a little brutalism, with a hint of high-end spa or luxury apartment energy. So that's kind of maybe the context where we are going to be using this items. Most of these pieces feel very indoors focused, especially because we have a kitchen, a wall-mounted clock, a fireplace, etc. But I do think that the table and the fireplace could definitely work outdoors depending on the theme and your color palette. And I hope that we get more items within this same aesthetic. This group pairs extremely well with the Ironwood, Nordic, Zen, and Cool series, and especially with the Artful set that we already talked about. Now let's move on to the loose items. These are the pieces that show up in the trailers but don't belong to any specific furniture set. We have the Bird of Paradise plant, which is shown several times across all of the trailers. And I think this plant is gorgeous. I know that we will be using this a lot, basically because plants go well with everything, and I really like how this one looks. Then there's the large turquoise planter, a really cute round ceramic pot with flowers that I love and that I desperately hope that it has a lot of color variations, because we do need more plants in this game. Then we have the rolling suitcase, which is exactly what it sounds like. I think this is super versatile, long overdue, and absolutely perfect to finally retire the use and abuse of the rover briefcase. And it's also ideal for accidentally encouraging a villager to move out. The wall-mounted bookshelf also shows up briefly in one of these trailers and is such a nice one. It's very clean, practical. We really needed more items that feature books, or at least that's my opinion. Obviously, it's really sad that we are not able to use these items outdoors, but I do love this model in particular, and I will be constantly using it indoors. And finally, the simple street lamp. There's not much to it. Clean, it's minimal, it's a decor, girly approved. Now I'm going to ask you to use your imagination because these are the items that appear in the catalog but never show up in any trailer. So that means that we only know their names and prices, but we don't really know how they look like. So I will be putting some reference images of IRL objects so you can maybe have an idea of what we're talking about. First, we've got small decor pieces like the circle cushion, which is particularly exciting to me because I do use a lot of cushions in my builds, and we've never had a circular one before, so I really want to change up the shapes. I really want to see how this one looks like. We also have cutlery, ice pail, and glass pitcher. This might be part of the hotel set as well, but these are going to be super useful fillers for our kitchens, cafes, interiors, etc. Then we have the pampas grass, which caught my attention because I had no idea what that was, to be honest with you. But now I do, and I will always support more plant decorations, so I'm looking forward to see how this one looks. We also have the cat plushie, and let me just say, finally, the cat representation that we deserve. There's always a dog or a bear as a plushie, but never a cat, so I will consider this as a win, and I hope it's really cute. The flower planter might be the one we saw next to the kitty card in the Rossetti scene, but I honestly hope it's not, so we have even more plant items. Then the mug shelf is an item that we definitely and desperately need. These are gonna be huge in every cafe, bakery, restaurant, etc. I feel like it's almost certainly a standing shelf like the ones that we have seen in the other sets, so it's not going to be wall mounted, I think. So that is going to be a huge win. And finally, we have the colorful lantern arc. This one really intrigues me. This one is one of the most like pricier items on this list, and I think it's gonna be really cool. I actually googled lantern arcs, and I'm gonna put you examples all over the screen. So I was excited because I am a plain party lights holic, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. So I'm really looking forward to this arc because it's gonna have lights, it's gonna have colors, and it's gonna be an arc. So what more could you ask? Because none of these items have been shown yet, this category is very exciting because we don't have a clue if these items are going to be cute, are going to be ugly, or if they're going to be the new item that we will be using all over our islands. So we will just have to wait and see. I'm gonna be skipping the Nintendo toys and consoles, the Lego, the Zelda, and the Splatoon collaboration items for this video because we've already seen them clearly in every trailer, and I don't really think there's any mystery there. You just have to see closely, and I think that's all we're gonna get. However, if you want me to make another video talking about those items and give you inspiration on how to include them in an island theme, let me know in the comments below. So that's basically the full breakdown of every new 3.0 item we have seen so far. And if you put every single item together, the confirmed sets, the minimalist pieces, the loose items, and the catalog only items, we're looking at roughly 40 brand new furniture items coming to Animal Crossing without including any type of clothing and any type of collaboration items. Honestly, I think that's way more than I expected to find on this trailer and to get after we all thought that this game was done forever because they said so. Seeing all of this has also made me wonder whether we might get new DIYs, cooking recipes, or even Nooks Crannies items alongside the hotel, and my wishful self wants to say yes so badly because that would make this update even richer and more connected to the game, but my realistic self is looking at how isolated this hotel seems from the rest of the ACNH experience, and I'm thinking that maybe this is just the DLC but in the main game. Still, if Nintendo surprised us with this update and included a lot of huge game-changing mechanics, who's to say that they won't go a little bit further? Either way, January 15 can't come any sooner. It's going to be an amazing day for us Animal Crossing girlies. So please don't forget that I will be streaming the progress on my Pink Springcore Resort Island and also making a lot of Animal Crossing content in preparation for the update. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!